Welcome to Planet Subaru, one of the largest Subaru showrooms in the world, and the first powered entirely by the sun. Today we're comparing the latest versions of Subaru's Crosstrek, pictured here in blue on the right, and the latest version of Subaru's Outback, pictured here on the left in gray. The Crosstrek appears in limited trim. The Outback here is in touring trim, and it's an XT, which means it has the turbocharged engine. This is the most expensive Outback you can get, pictured right here. It's the top of the line. The touring trim is the highest that Subaru makes. They don't offer it on the Crosstrek, so the limited is the highest version of the Crosstrek, and that's how it's turned out here. Notice the difference in size. The Crosstrek is considered a compact sport utility vehicle, and that's a segment that includes the Subaru Forester, so you can get some idea. It's on the smaller end of that segment. The Outback is considered a mid-size sport utility vehicle, and it's quite a bit bigger than the Outback, 14 inches longer, which in the automotive world is like half a mile. I mean, that's a really big difference in car. So people often come into the showroom and are thinking that maybe they'd like to look at both of the cars. And then once we start opening the doors and popping the tailgates and that kind of thing, people either say, wow, this Outback's a little too big for me, or the Crosstrek's a little too small. So they tip one way or the other. So I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. We have a lot of couples or singles who come in, like the Crosstrek. Maybe they put a small dog in the back. Then they get married, have a kid or two, and they can't fit all their stuff in the car anymore. And then they trade it in for an Outback. That's a very common thing we see. Let's check out the engines. Standard in the Crosstrek is a 2-liter, 4-cylinder boxer engine. Produces 152 horsepower. It's 33 on the highway and 27 around town. The standard engine on the Outback, and I'm not showing you that engine right now, but if you were to get that standard engine, it would be 26 around town, only 1 mile less, and the same on the highway of 33. So you don't really pay a fuel economy penalty to be driving the Outback as long as you get the base engine. However, if you go for the turbocharger, you're going to have a lot of fun, and maybe a few speeding tickets too, and you're going to pay a little bit of a penalty at the pump because you're going to lose 3 miles per gallon, both city and highway, from the base engine in the Outback. Comparably equipped, Outback costs a significant $4,000 more than the Crosstrek, and for that extra payment you get a much bigger car, as you can see, and you also get a lot more standard features, some of which are not even available in any trim level on the Crosstrek. There's all sorts of gizmos on the latest generation Outback, such as a hands-free tailgate where you just put your hand near the Subaru emblem and it pops the power tailgate. The eyesight features in the Outback are even more extensive. Eyesight is Subaru's driver assistance suite of technologies that help you with safety and reduction in driver fatigue. In terms of the interior, you're going to get a nicer level of detail, obviously, in the Outback for the significant cost difference between them. And the infotainment systems are quite a bit different. You'll see the size of the Outback infotainment system there. I'll turn it on so you can see it. So I've selected the navigation function from the various apps available, and you can see the system is almost as big as an iPad. We're going to do a separate video to go into detail about the system in the Outback, so I won't spend a whole lot of time here other than to point out the significant size. Moving now to the Crosstrek interior, you can see they've made it a little more aggressive and sporty, not as conservative as the Outback. I was mentioning earlier the infotainment system. I'll turn that on so you can see the difference in size with the Outback. It's plenty big, maybe more though the size of a really big iPhone than an iPad. Still a real nice attention to detail on the finishes though. It's got kind of cool orange stitching. Visibility out of the Crosstrek is also excellent, just like the Outback, helped by things like this partition window that allow you to look past those big rear view mirrors. Looking now at the Crosstrek cargo area, one of the things that's real nice about both of these cars, you're going to see those really big openings between the taillights to get stuff in and out of that cargo area. That's as a result of the new global platform that Subaru introduced for both of these cars recently. Although it's not quite as much space in the back area of this Crosstrek as there is in the Outback. You can fit a 29-inch tired mountain bike in the back of an Outback without taking the wheels off and put another one on top of it. You'd be hard-pressed to do that in a Crosstrek without taking the wheels off or at least turning the wheels, in which case you only get one inside. Taking a look now at the Outback cargo area, it offers a power rear tailgate, which is not even available at any trim level on the Crosstrek. In addition to that, on this touring model, you have an ability just by moving your hands near the Subaru logo to get a hands-free opening of the tailgate. Of course, you can also open it with the fob, but it's nice if you need to, if your hands are full of stuff, you can put your elbow near it or whatever and open it up very easily. In terms of the size, you notice it's much wider, the cargo area is, and the distance between the back of the bumper where you run out of space here and the back of the second row of seats there, quite a bit bigger in the Outback. And once you fold those Outback seats down, you can almost fit a sheet of plywood in it. It's so capacious. Please visit us on Route 53 in Hanover, Massachusetts, where we'll be happy to spend some time with you distinguishing the models. We'll be happy to give you a test drive. If for some reason you can't visit us, please visit planetsubaru.com, where we have all sorts of great videos and content comparing these vehicles to others, and very detailed pages which will give you a lot more information about the comparison between these two and many others. Thanks for watching.